Hey yogis, today I have a quick video for you. It's a video you can use at the end of any of my other videos. So this is the strap series. It's a hamstring stretch, an inner thigh, outer hip, spinal rotation. My yogis love it. It's requested often, and this video was requested by Brandy. So thank you, Brandy. I love you, girl. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. What you need is a strap of some kind, a belt or a rope strap will work. And I also want you to think about the 4-8 breath. So we'll use the 4-8 breath. It's called whiskey breath. And what it will do, we will inhale to the count of 4 and we will exhale to the count of 8. You can exhale with the mouth open or closed. I don't care. Mouth open is a little bit easier, but if you like that Ujjayi breath and you want to close that mouth and exhale, you can do that. That breath it calms down the central nervous system. So what happens is central nervous system can get really nervous when you start stretching. It thinks you're in danger. So it sends the stretch reflex. It tightens up your muscles so you can't stretch anymore. Your central nervous system plays a big role in how deeply you can stretch. That 4-8 breath, that whiskey breath, will calm the central nervous system down and help you stretch a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to remind you to use the 4-8 breath. The other thing you need to know about this series is it's going to be good because I'm going to time you. You're going to hold each pose for 2 minutes. So you're going to get a delicious long stretch out of it. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Lay on your back. Grab a strap if you need it. And take the right toes high so the strap can go around the right arch, okay? Before we get started, I want to tell you about the hamstring. It originates, there's 4 hamstrings. 3 originate at the pelvis, and 1 originates about midway down. They all insert into the knee, okay? We don't want any pain right here at the glutes. We don't want any pain at the knee. We'll bend the knee a lot to alleviate that pain. You can have fullness in the belly of the muscle, all right? And that's appropriate to have fullness because you're doing something, but no pain. So if you're bending the knee here, if you take the leg further from you, you'll probably be able to straighten it more, okay? I don't want any pain behind that knee though, okay? So find your stretch. Wet noodle. I want you to think you're a wet noodle. There's no muscular engagement whatsoever. And then just find your stretch. Your stretch starts here. I'm starting your timer. So find that 4-8 breath. Breathe in to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 8. Think wet noodle. And stay with the breath. Stay present, paying attention to what your body's telling you, all right? Be careful not to injure your hamstring. Most hamstring injuries happen at that glute and at that knee, okay? So we're going to be very careful not to let that happen. And a large majority of yogis do injure their hamstrings at one point or another. So be careful with that. Stay with the 4-8 breath. You have just a couple more breaths. Go a little bit deeper. And then go ahead and we're going to switch. poses. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this right leg over to the right. So put your right hand inside the right foot or use your right hand on the strap and drop the right leg over to the right. Take your left hand to your left hip bone so that that left hip bone doesn't pop up. Point the right toes to the wall behind you. And I am going to start the timer again. So right toes to the wall behind you. You can turn your head, look over that left shoulder. Paying attention to what your body's telling you. We're not going to overstretch, all right? And find that 4-8 breath so we calm the central nervous system down. Keep breathing. Your first minute just passed, so go a little bit deeper if you can. Wet noodle, you're a wet noodle, no muscular engagement. You have just a couple more breaths here. Now we're going to move out of this. So lift that right heel back up to the sky. Bend the knee a little. You're going to take the left hand to the strap, or the left hand can take the pinky toe edge of the foot. Guide the right foot over to the left. Now move that left shoulder out from underneath you. And then extend the right arm. Look over that right arm. And I'm starting your timer. You're taking the right toes to the wall behind your head. Trying to get both shoulders on the earth and looking over that right arm. We're stretching that outer right hip. I like to pull my pelvic floor in and my low ribs in, and that enables me to twist a little bit deeper in this spinal rotation. Just take a few breaths. That 4-8 breath, breathing into the count of 4, breathing out to the count of 8. Every exhale, trying to go a little bit deeper. Couple more breaths. Okay, come on out of it. Bend right knee a little. Lift it all the way back up. Extend the right leg next to the left leg. See if the right leg feels a whole lot longer than the left leg. It does. Bring the left knee in. And then go ahead and strap that foot. So put the strap around the left arch. Take left toes to the wall behind you. And pay attention to that knee and that glute. We're not having any pain. Wet noodle. Every muscle in your body is relaxed. And we're going to start our timer. So 2 minutes on the clock here. Bend that knee if you need to. Find the 4-8 breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Your first minute just passed. You can go a little bit deeper, but be careful. There's no pain, all right? Stay with that breath. Have a couple more breaths here. Coming out of it, drop your left foot over to the left. Put right hand on your right hip. And then take left toes to the wall behind you, starting your timer. Look over the right shoulder. Find that 4-8 breath. Be mindful there's no pain in that knee. Try to get your shoulders flat on the earth. And remember, wet noodle. Your first minute passed. Go a little bit deeper if you want. One more breath. Now moving out of it, bend left knee a little bit, lift the left leg up. Take the right hand with the strap or take the right hand to the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Drop that left leg all the way over to the right floor. Move the right shoulder out from underneath you. Extend the left arm. Look over that left arm. And I'm going to start your timer. 4-8 breath, wet doodle. No muscular tension in the body. The more you can relax your body, the deeper you'll stretch. It's your first minute. Go a little bit deeper if you want for the second one. Couple more breaths. Now come on out of it. Bend left knee a little bit. Roll back to your spine. Go ahead and bring both the knees in and just kind of roll around on that low back a bit. Releasing that low back. We'll close this practice with final rest, then I'll bring you up for a closing, okay? So extend the legs long. Spread the arms out wide. Close your eyes, just melt into your mat and rest. Forget about the deep breathing now and just let your body melt into the mat. Now when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees in. And drop the legs over to the right. And bring the right arm under the right ear and just rest here for another breath. And then when you're ready, come all the way up to that seat. Take your time. Be mindful which leg you bring in front. Change it up every time you come here. And then bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and tuck your chin. And acknowledge the gift that you've been given. You have a beating heart. You have breath in your lungs. And every single breath you take is a great gift. We breathe together twice. Inhale, fill the lungs up. Retain the breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Once more, inhale, fill the lungs all the way up. Retain the breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, sigh it out. The strength in me honors the strength in you with the deepest respect and with much love. Thank you for spending this time with me. Well done, yogis. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know, questions and comments as always, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.